freaking crowd. I love this. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for having me here. And no creepy comments about Carrie anymore. Cut that shit out, okay? I have been racking my brain for the past few weeks trying to think of ways to talk about reason and being reasonable. It turns out it's not a simple subject. I am a very non-confrontational person. I am most of the time the very definition of a reasonable man. I don't like telling people things they don't want to hear. I want people to get along. I want people to like me. I want to find good things in people. I want to understand viewpoints that differ from mine. I want my tombstone to say, he was nice to work with. I have children. I want to raise them in a world they can add value to, that has value to them. I want for them to feel entitled only to working hard at doing what they love in order to be excellent at it and to share their lives and the rewards with those that they love. Of course, I think this is all anyone wants for their children or themselves. I try and inculcate them with a sense of logic about the world, which means most of the time I'm pointing out things to them that are absurd and ridiculous as a counterpoint. And right now, there is plenty to point to. I console myself, however, with the thought that for anyone truly paying attention, for at least the last 300 years, the world has always been chock full of absurd contradictions, and has always seemed to be going downhill and fast. I get this when I read Thomas Jefferson, when I read Camus, when I read Vonnegut. I console myself with the remarkable advances in the sciences. I play a scientist on TV. I am in awe of those that do it for real. Testable, provable phenomena and the predictions they allow, big and small, brought me here in front of you today. And they will take me back to my family when I am done. They allowed me to drive to DC on a bus, type my speech on a screen, ride to this rally in a car, walk on shoes that support my feet, and wear clothes and a hat that protects my pale skin from the sun. To fly on a plane home. That plane I will get on exists and stays in the air because of a million large and tiny tested predictions about lift, drag, material performance, physics, electricity, radio waves, wear, tear, shear, checklists, human error, machine error, and redundancy. It is a miracle of engineering. It is the result of an ancient and very human drive, a drive that makes us what we are in all of our unique specialization, a drive to solve problems. Many tens of thousands of people combined their collective genius to make an impossibly fast and efficient, thin, inflated bubble of aluminum so stable and secure that you'd have to fly for several thousand years before the odds gave you an even chance of being in an accident. Everything that we have that makes our lives possible exists because human beings have tested the things they found in their surroundings, made predictions based on those tests, and then improved upon them. This is reason, the human capacity to make sense of the world. Here are some other things that, like the components of the airplane, have been tested and proven. I'm going to call them facts. E equals MC fucking squared. Force equals mass times acceleration. The Earth is not the center of the universe. Man landed on the moon in 1969 and a few times thereafter. Burning airplane fuel caused a tragic, catastrophic collapse of the Twin Towers in 2001. The Earth is spherical. Well, not precisely round, it is officially slightly pear-shaped. Human industry is causing a significant rise in the Earth's overall temperature. The Earth is over 4 billion years old. Evolution is literally a fact of life. As Neil deGrasse Tyson says, facts are true whether or not you believe them. Now, here are some of my beliefs that are true to me. You cannot teach kids about sex by telling them not to have it. I believe that making drugs illegal is stupid and damaging to us as a people. I believe that if we take care of our surroundings, they will take care of us. I believe that inside every tool is a hammer. I believe that people have an inalienable right to choose what to do with their own bodies. I believe that in a community it is our duty that we should take care of each other in times of need. I believe that if you tell people the truth and let them make decisions based on that, much of the time they'll make pretty good decisions, but not always. I believe that that which is detestable to you, you should not do to another. I believe that while not all people are essentially good, most are trying. I believe that rules do not make us moral. Loving each other makes us moral. I have concluded through careful empirical analysis and much thought that somebody is looking out for me, keeping track of what I think about things, forgiving me when I do less than I ought, giving me strength to shoot for more than I think I'm capable of. I believe they know everything that I do and think, and they still love me, and I've concluded after careful consideration that this person keeping score is me. Thank you. Special day. It's probably the only day in history where you could get a Bruce Springsteen-sized cheer just for saying the Earth is over 4 billion years old. That was great. Man, what an inspiring speech that was. I wish he had blown something up, though. I guess that's probably not a good thing to do on the Washington Mall. Politics, you know. Folks, you know her from her brilliant blog, and she is the author of the book 99 Things That Piss Off Atheists. The brilliant, the fearless, the righteous Greta Christina, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction. Thank you so much for that kind introduction. Thanks to all the organizations and individuals who have worked so hard to make this happen. And thanks to all of you for coming out in the rain and showing each other and the world this wonderful face of happy, inspired atheism. So why are you atheists so angry? More times than I can remember. I bet most of you have too. But when people ask this question, they never seem to consider that atheists might be angry because we have legitimate things to be angry about. So I want to talk about why so many atheists are angry, or rather, since I don't presume to speak for all atheists, I want to talk about why I'm angry. I'm angry that according to a recent Gallup poll, only 45% of Americans would vote for an atheist for president. I'm angry that atheists in the United States are frequently denied custody of their children explicitly because of their atheism. I'm angry on behalf of the atheist blogger in Iran who told me that they have to blog anonymously because if they don't, they'll be executed. I'm angry about preachers who tell women to submit to their husbands because it's the will of God, even when those husbands are beating them within an inch of their lives. I'm angry that people are dying of AIDS in Africa and South America because the Catholic Church convinced them that using condoms makes baby Jesus cry. I'm angry that my wife, Ingrid, and I had to get married 3 times before we finally had a wedding that was legal in our home state. I'm angry that the Catholic Church and the Mormon Church spent millions of dollars getting Proposition 8 passed so that no other same-sex couples could get married in California. I'm angry that our marriage is not recognized in 42 states or even by the federal government because religious bigotry controls how laws get made in this country. I'm angry that the current Dalai Lama said that although he supports tolerance for gay people, he sees homosexual sex as wrong, unwholesome, a bad action, and contrary to Buddhist ethics. I'm angry that the belief in karma and reincarnation gets used as a justification for the caste system in India. I'm angry that people who are born into poverty and despair are told that it's their fault, that they did something bad in a past life and they're being punished for it. I'm angry that sick children suffer and die because their parents believe in faith healing. And I'm angry that in 39 states, these parents are protected from prosecution for child neglect. I'm angry that in Islamic theocracies, women who have sex outside marriage, who date outside their religion, who disobey their male relatives, are executed. I'm angry that people in Africa are being terrorized, tortured, and killed over accusations of witchcraft. Okay, witch hunts are happening in Africa now, not in the Middle Ages, not in the 1600s, today. I'm angry that Rick Santorum is a serious candidate for president. His religious beliefs have led him to conclude that states can outlaw birth control, that homosexuality should be illegal, that children are better off with a father in prison than being raised by lesbian parents, and he's not being laughed off the national stage. He's won 10 primaries. I'm angry about lying for the Lord. I'm angry that the Mormon Church advocates a policy of deception, censorship, and outright dishonesty about their religion. I'm angry that Mormons who have told the truth about their church's history have been excommunicated. And I want to ask Mitt Romney, do you believe in lying for the Lord? And I'm angry that when people run for political office, when people run for office in the United States, it's considered invasive and intolerant to ask about their religious beliefs. You know, if somebody's going to be making decisions about science policy, I want to know if they think the Earth was created 6,000 years ago. If somebody's going to be making decisions about foreign policy, I want to know that the people making decisions about foreign policy, I want to know, do you believe that there has to be violent warfare in Israel to bring about the second coming? And I resent the fact that if I ask these questions, I'll be seen as bigoted. I'm angry about what happened to Galileo. I realize it happened in 1633. I'm still mad. I'm angry that when atheists put up billboards saying simply, "You can be good without God," people get outraged at how disrespectful we are. I'm angry that when atheists tried to put up a bus sign in Pennsylvania saying simply and entirely the word atheists, the bus company rejected it. I'm angry that we get seen as intolerant and confrontational simply for existing and simply for being open about who we are. I'm angry that I have to know more about their damn religion than they do. I'm angry that in public, taxpayer-paid high schools around the country, atheist students who are trying to organize clubs, something that they are legally allowed to do, are routinely stonewalled by school administrators. I'm angry that in Salt Lake City, Utah, 40% of all homeless teenagers are gay. Most of them kids who have been kicked out by their Mormon families. I'm angry, okay, angry is not the word, I am enraged at priests who rape children and tell them that it's God's will. And I'm angry that the Catholic Church deliberately, repeatedly, for decades, protected these priests. Deliberately kept it a secret. Deliberately placed the church's reputation as a higher priority than children not getting raped. I'm angry about the Holocaust. I'm angry about Israel and Palestine. I'm angry about 9/11. I am angry about all of this, and I think I'm right to be angry. I think we are all right to be angry. I want to finish up by saying something really important about all of this atheist anger. Most of it is not about how religious believers treat atheists. It's about how believers treat other believers. It's anger on other people's behalf. Atheists aren't angry because we're selfish or bitter or joyless. Atheists are angry because we have compassion. Atheists are angry because we have a sense of justice. Atheists are angry because we see millions of people being terribly harmed by religion, and our hearts go out to them, and we feel motivated to do something about it. Atheists aren't angry because there's something wrong with us. Atheists are angry because there's something right with us.
I think I'm in love.